Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Guru Brahma classes for JEE and NEET. So, today's topic is Debroglie wave theory or dual behavior of matter. In that, we are going to discuss or we are going to solve PYQ. PYQ of JEE main. PYQ of JEE main. Previous year's exam questions. What the questions are asked in JEE mains. So let us see this question. A stream of electrons from a heated filament. For example, this is a heated filament. This heated filament, electrons are releasing. This is releasing electrons. So this is filament and this is releasing electrons. Is passed between two charged plates. So there are two charged plates. For example, let us take one is positive, another is negative. So then there will be some potential difference between these two. Okay, there is potential difference between these two. These electrons are passed between these plates. So these electrons are moving between these plates. Okay, so this electron is moving in a potential difference of V electrostatic units. What is this V? It is the potential difference between these two plates, charged plates, and this charge E electron is having a charge E is moving between these two plates. Okay, if E and M are charge and mass of electron respectively, then value of h by lambda. What is asked? H by lambda. Then how to calculate this? When an electron is accelerated between two points, these two plates, when an electron is accelerated between two plates, and the potential maintained between these two plates is V, then the kinetic energy attained, by that electron is given by E into V. So kinetic energy is equal to half mv square is equal to EV, right? Then V will be equal to 2 EV by M root, right? 2 moves that side, M moves to denominator position, and we are calculating V. So this is the formula for V. And from Debroglie, is that from Debroglie dual nature of matter or wave nature of matter, we have derived the formula lambda is equal to h by mv. Let us substitute this V in this formula. Then what do we get? Lambda is equal to h by m into root 2 EV by m. Then what do you get? Lambda is equal to h by root 2 EV into m. What you are asked? Lambda by h. This h is, what is asked? H by lambda. Is that? Then what do you get? H by lambda will be equal to, what is that? H by lambda. H by lambda will be equal to root 2 MEV. H by lambda. So we have rewritten this equation. So what will be the answer? The first option. Next, let us see this question. This is asked in 2019. The de Broglie wavelength associated with a photoelectron varies with frequency of incident radiation. So photoelectric effect already we have studied Already there is a video on photoelectric effect. Please go through it. Let us see. So this is photoelectric metal on which light energy is falling. So when light strikes this metal, photoelectric metal, electrons get ejected out. So here in this question, what is being asked? What is the wavelength of this electron? Wavelength of this electron associated with the what frequency? So the de Broglie wavelength associated with the photoelectron varies with the frequency of incident radiation. Okay, frequency of incident radiation. Right? What do we know? Here, sun rays is releasing energy in the form of photon. Each photon is having energy E is equal to h nu. Is equal to h nu. Right? So from the photoelectric effect, we have studied that E is equal to work function plus kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. And kinetic energy half mv square, kinetic energy is equal to E minus W. Right? And photoelectric effect, we have derived a formula to calculate V. So half mv square is equal to, what is E? H nu minus h nu naught. Right? Now, what will be V square? V square will be 2 into h nu minus h nu naught. V is equal to root 2 h nu minus h nu naught. Okay. So what is this V? Velocity of photoelectron. Photoelectron. Right? So now we know the velocity of photoelectron. What is asked? De Broglie wavelength is asked. From de Broglie wave theory, we have studied that lambda is equal to h by mv. Then lambda is equal to h by m into. So what is the formula to calculate velocity? Here we have derived it. Then what is that? 2 h nu minus h nu naught root power 1 by 2. So from this equation, I can write that lambda, because h is constant, m is mass of electron is also constant, both are constant. Then it is proportional to 1 by, okay, simplified h is equal to, lambda is equal to h by m into 2h nu minus nu naught can also be written. Okay, whole power 1 by 2. So proportionality is asked. H is Planck's constant, 2 is constant, m is constant, h is constant. So proportionality, if you derive proportionality, then what you can write? 1 by nu minus nu naught power 1 by 2. So this will be the answer. Where is the answer? Second option. Okay. Next question, let us see. If the de Broglie wavelength of an electron in the nth orbit in hydrogen atom is 1.5 pi a naught. So what is given? Lambda is given as 1.5 pi a naught. Then what is asked? What will be n by z? What will be n by z? And according to Debroglie, connecting Debroglie and Niels Bohr, we derived a formula, and what is that formula? 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. And radius of the nth orbit from the Bohr's theory, we have calculated that 0.529 angstrom into n square by z. So 0.529 angstrom is Bohr's radius, A0. What is that? 0.529 angstrom units is we say Bohr's radius, A0. What is this? Bohr's radius. So simply we can write A0 into n square by z. Okay, so apply here 2 pi r. R means A0 into n square by z is equal to n into lambda is given already. What is that? 1.5 pi A0. N cancel. What is the question asked? N by z he want. So A0 gets cancelled. Pi gets cancelled. So n by z will be equal to 1.5 by 2. 1.5 by 2 is equal to 0.75. So the answer will be second option. Okay. Similar type of question is asked in 2020. The de Broglie wavelength of an electron in the fourth orbit. The fourth orbit is. So now only we have seen 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. So wavelength is asked. So 2 pi, radius of the nth orbit is given by fourth orbit he is asked. We know that radius of the nth orbit is equal to, okay, A0 into n square by z. So radius of nth orbit is equal to A0 into number of the orbit given is 4. So 4 square by here Bohr's or we have taken Bohr orbit means it is for hydrogen atom. So z is 1. So substitute here A0 into 16 is equal to orbit given number of the orbit is 4. 4 into lambda. 4 fours. Right? Then lambda is equal to, what do you get? 4 to 8, 8 pi A0. So what is the answer? Fourth option will be the correct answer. Okay. Next, coming to next question. What is asked in 2024? Recently it is asked. According to wave particle duality of matter, that is de Broglie dual nature of matter by de Broglie, which of the following graph plot presents most appropriate relationship between wavelength of electron and momentum p? From de Broglie, we know that de Broglie is derived that lambda is equal to h by mv. This is equal to lambda is equal to h by p. H is constant. So what relation you can derive between lambda and p? Lambda is proportional to p. That means inversely proportional to p. Lambda is directly proportional to 1 by p, but lambda is inversely proportional to p. Okay. So first option, lambda p inversely proportional. So when two quantities are inversely proportional, and if you draw a graph between those two quantities, we get a rectangular hyperbola. So this first option is a correct answer. So p and lambda. Second option, if you see, the graph is drawn between momentum and lambda, and these two are inversely proportional. So we don't get the straight line. We don't get the straight line. And see, lambda is directly proportional to 1 by p. When it is directly proportional to 1 by p, see, lambda and 1 by p is given. These two are directly proportional now in the third option. So what graph will you get? You will get a graph like this, not like that, straight line passing through the origin. Okay, so we get a straight line passing through the origin. We don't get this graph. What graph do we get? We get a straight line passing through the origin, lambda and 1 by p. Why lambda and 1 by p are 1 by p? 1 by p are directly proportional to each other. Again, in the fourth option also it is given lambda and p directly proportional. They are inversely proportional, so we get a rectangular hyperbola. What we get? A rectangular hyperbola. So this is not correct. This is not correct. So first option will be the correct answer. So very recently the question is given, 2025. Similar type of questions are being asked. So what is that question? Sixth. If A0 is denoted as force radius of hydrogen atom, then what is the de Broglie wavelength? So we have already solved two questions. 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. Second orbit he is asking. So 2 pi into A0 into n square by z is equal to n into lambda, n cancel. So 2 pi A0 into hydrogen atom is asked. So z is equal to 1. Second orbit is asked. So into 2 is equal to lambda. So what do you get? Lambda is equal to 4 pi A0. But here given by n also. So on solving this, where do you get 4 pi A0 lambda? Here 2 A0 by pi into 2. So do we get so we get answer A0. So this is not correct. 4 pi A0 by 2 is equal to 2 pi A0. So what should be the answer? 4 pi A0. So this is also not correct. 8 pi A0 by what? 2. So 2 cancel. Then what do you get? 4 pi A0. Yes. Our answer is 4 pi A0. So this will be the correct answer. Fourth, let us take 4 into 2 by pi A0. Second orbit. So 8 by pi A0. So this is also not the correct answer. Understood? So let us go with the next question. A proton one is proton, another is Li plus 3. One is proton and another is Li plus 3. Question asked in 2021. Li plus 3 nucleus. Because lithium contains 3 electrons. All these 3 electrons are lost. Li plus 3 means. So what remains? Only nucleus remains. Are accelerated by the same potential. So potential is same. So whenever potential is given, we know the formula to calculate it. Lambda is equal to h by root 2 EV into m. This is the formula. If lambda Li and lambda P denotes the de Broglie wavelength of Li plus 3 and proton respectively, then the value of lambda Li by lambda proton. Right? So what you can write? Lambda Li by lambda proton is equal to h by root 2. What is the charge on a proton? Charge on a proton is 1. So 1. Potential difference for both is same, V into. So mass of Li is, so mass of let us take Li by h by root 2 into, what is the charge? What is the charge on, see here it is Li. So the charge will be how much? The charge will be 3, right? Li plus 3, no? So 3. Here it is proton, right? Proton is 1 into V into mass of proton. Okay. So cancel, these two gets cancelled. V also gets cancelled. So lambda Li by lambda proton is equal to, right? Then what do you get? 1 by root 3 into mass of Li plus 3. Okay. Here root mass of proton. Mass of proton. So the relation between here mass of Li plus 3 is 8.3 times the mass of proton. Then what do you get? Lambda Li by lambda proton is equal to mass of proton by root 3 into mass of lithium is 8.3 times the mass of proton. Mass of proton. So these two gets cancelled. Then what do you get? 1 by root 3 into 8.3. So what will be the answer? If you calculate that, you will get approximately 2 into 10 power minus 9. So our answer is 2. X is asked. So the value of X is 2. Okay. Next question is the wavelength of electron accelerated from rest through a potential difference of 40 kV. Again, we know that formula lambda is equal to h by root 2 EV into m. For an electron, if you take an electron, you can after substituting this H, E and M, we will have a formula 12.3 by root V. This lambda will be in angstrom units. So how did we get this formula? By substituting this value of H given, what is that? Planck's constant 6.63 into 10 power minus 34. E charge is also given 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. M mass is given 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. So finally we get this formula. So 12.3 by V, how much given? 40 kilovolts is given. So root 40 into 10 power 3 volts angstrom units. Okay. So lambda is equal to 12.3 by root 40,000 angstrom. lambda is equal to 12.3 by root 40,000 is equal to 200 angstrom. Okay. So then what do you get? Lambda is equal to 12.3 by 2 into 10 power minus 2 into 1 angstrom is equal to 10 power minus 10 meters. So approximately what do you get? 6.15 into 10 power minus 12, right? 6.15 into 10 power minus 12. So the nearest answer is, question asked is nearest integer. Nearest integer is 6 into 10 power minus 12. Answer is 6. What answer do we get? 6. Okay. Next, coming to question asked in 2022. What is that? The wavelength of an electron and a neutron will become equal. We know that wavelength formula, lambda is equal to h by mv. Lambda of electron is equal to wavelength of proton. Then when velocity of electron will become equal, right? Then how can write h by mass of electron into velocity of electron is equal to h by mass of proton into velocity of proton, right? What is asked, the wavelength of an electron and neutron will become equal. These two are equal. We are equated it, right? When the velocity of electron is x times the velocity of neutron. H is just cancelled. We want the ratio between velocity of electron. Velocity of electron by velocity of proton is equal to mass of proton by mass of electron. Then what do you get? Mass of proton given mass of neutron. In the question, what is given? It is mass of neutron. Mass of neutron. Neutron. Right. Neutron. Mass of neutron, velocity of neutron. Mass of neutron, how much given? 1.6 into 10 power minus 27 by 9.1 into 10 power minus 31. These two are kg. You cancel, then we get velocity of electron by velocity of neutron. Velocity of electron by velocity of neutron. And dividing this, what do you get? 1758. The answer is 175. Okay. Next question. 2024. The de Broglie wavelength of an electron in 4th orbit. And we know that 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. Again, 2 pi into 4th orbit, no? A naught into n square by z is equal to n lambda. When n gets cancelled. Bohr's radius is asked now, so z will be equal to 1. So 2 pi a naught into 4th orbit 4 is equal to lambda. So lambda is equal to 8 pi a naught. Here given pi a naught is already given, so answer will be 8. Integer type of question. Next, coming to 2024 question asked in 2024 JEE Mains. What is the question? Frequency of de Broglie wave of an electron. See, electron behaving as a wave. Behaving as a wave. From the wave characteristics, we know that V is equal to nu lambda. And nu is equal to V by lambda. What is that? Nu is equal to V by lambda. So we want frequency of de Broglie wave of an electron in Bohr's first orbit of hydrogen. So number of the orbit given is n is equal to 1. Okay. And from de Broglie dual nature of matter, we know that 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. Okay. 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. 2 pi into Bohr's first orbit. A naught into n square by z is equal to lambda. Right? N lambda. So 2 pi into A naught into n square by z is equal to n lambda. N cancel. And as it is hydrogen atom, z is equal to 1. Then what do you get? Lambda is equal to 2 pi A naught into n. A naught into n. Or simply this can also be applied, or number of the orbit is not given here. When the number of the orbit is not given, we have a formula 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. Lambda is equal to 2 pi r by n. What is that? 2 pi r by n. So let us substitute here. This is equation 1. This is what? Let us take equation number 2. Substitute equation 2 in 1. Then what do you get? Nu is equal to V by lambda is given by 2 pi r by n. Okay. So nu is equal to V by V into n by 2 pi r. Okay. So for hydrogen atom, we have calculated that velocity of the nth orbit. Velocity of the nth orbit is given by 2.18 into 10 power 8 centimeter per second, or 6 meter per second. You can take it as 6 meter per second. 6 meter per second into z by n. And radius of the nth orbit is equal to 0.529 angstrom units into n square by z. Let us substitute these in this form. So in this formula number 3 expression, substitute these two values. Then what do you get? Nu is equal to velocity 2.18 into 10 power 6 meter per second into z by n by into number of the orbit is given as again n. So 2 into 3.14 pi value into radius is 0.529 into 10 power minus 10 meters, because 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 power minus 10 meter into n square by z, n square by z, right? So on substituting these, n is equal to 1, z is also equal to 1, because first orbit, in the question we are asked about the first orbit of hydrogen. For hydrogen, atomic number is equal to 1, and in the question it is asked with first orbit. First orbit means n is also equal to 1. Then what do you get? On substituting this, we get 656 into 10 power 13. 656 into 10 power 13. So answer in the question, what is asked? Dash into 10 power 13. Then what do you get? On substituting this, we get this value. Okay. So answer will be 650. Thank you for watching. We shall meet in the next session.